over in this area. But as you can see, hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and yes, we're gonna get into what happened to the Raptor, but first and foremost, I wanna show a clip from last night where I kind of had the Raptor and my old Rebel parked next to each other, and then also you guys can see what the Rebel looked like without the wrap. So I'm gonna include those clips right after this clip, and then after that, we're gonna get into what happened to the Raptor, and I'm gonna, yeah, it's disappointing, but let's go to last night's clips first. So we've got the trucks together for probably the last time, or actually it's actually the first time that they're together, and then also the last time at the same time. I obviously have the lights on the Raptor because it looks cool. But you guys, I'll get into the main part of the video, which is obviously talking about the damage on the Raptor, but I just wanted to show you guys what the truck looks like without the wrap. Super, super sweet. I mean, a lot of you guys that, you know, obviously didn't like the green, this is a really clean look on the truck. I mean, just the matte black on the skid plate. I know that some of you might have differing opinions on like the tow hooks and the brake calipers being red, but you can't argue that the matte black on the skid plate and then also down the side of the truck looks super, super nice. I mean, just overall aesthetic wise. And then with the leveling kit, I mean, this is just, it's a sweet truck. And yes, you can buy it from the Dodge Ram and Sandy. It is available for sale now, technically. It does have to go through shop, so obviously they've got to, you know, inspect it, which there's not gonna be anything wrong because it's brand new, and they've got to clean it out. And you know, I've got my box back there that has nothing in it, and it's a little bit dirty there on the floor mats, but they'll inspect it, clean it up, and then it will be available for sale. And it only has 5,800 miles on it, so yeah, it's just cool to be able to see these trucks together, you know, just the evolution of what I'm doing. And I hope now you guys can really see why I went for the Raptor overall. We have some salespeople just messing around there, but just don't let them know that I called them out for just, you know, not working. But anyways, it's just cool to see the evolution of the two trucks. Absolutely love it. So yeah, now let's get into the damage part on the Raptor, which is very, very upsetting. What I forgot to mention, if you guys want to see the Rebel over the weekend, it's just going to be sitting here on the lot. No, the Raptor's not going to be here. Hi, DJ. But the Rebel will be sitting here on the lot, and you guys are going to be seeing more of him. Also, link in the description down below to DJ's YouTube channel, but you will be seeing more of him later. Yeah. Okay, so what happened to the Raptor is it actually had a couple scratches that I missed finding when I did pick up the Raptor. I'm going to include a couple photos of those because I actually already got it fixed like the same day that I found the scratches, so it's already done. But basically what happened is there's something that's called pre-delivery inspection that happens with every single new vehicle. It's called PDI, and they're supposed to, you know, go through and check for all these things. However, I feel like this is kind of my fault because I rushed them so much so that I could get this truck right away so I could film my video, get my content out. And then I also, you know, in my thing of rushing, I didn't go and walk around the truck and check for anything. So between me rushing the dealership and then also me rushing personally, that's the only reason why this happened. It wasn't anyone's fault but pretty much myself, so I blame myself for this. Okay guys, it just is my fault. But I'll show you what it looks like now after it's been all fixed and everything. Like I said, I already included the pictures so you guys can see what it looks like. It was right over in this area, but as you can see, it is now, I mean, you can't, I mean, there's nothing there. It is perfect. So there's like a big one that was like right up here. It was just like a very light scratch. Obviously it's gone. And then there was one that was like right here, and it was actually kind of deep on that one. And then there was a couple that like went up right like in that area. You guys can see in the pictures. Obviously it's all been fixed. The guy that fixed it does a really good job. I mean, you can see that now the paint on it looks perfect, and the truck with the black looks absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I mean, this is why I'm wrapping this truck. I mean, I got the black because the black's gonna look the best with the wrap, but I mean, you can already see, so I've had the truck for only a couple days, and right here you can see just kind of how dirty the truck already is. I mean, black looks great when it's clean, it just never stays clean at all. And yes, I still have to get a bed liner on the truck. Currently working on that, but yeah, I love the black. I mean, it looks awesome, but it just never stays clean, guys. So I mean, I guess the way to get around this would be to, you could put like one of those wraps that, what I'm talking about, that's kind of like just over the, it's like a wrap that's pretty much clear. It's not clear bra, but you have wraps that just add like metallic flakes. So like on the black, I could have done a wrap you know, I'm obviously changing the color, but I could have done the wrap that just had like silver flakes, so then this would just like sparkle, you know, like a silver flake in the sunlight. You know, kind of what my Rebel had with the green. The green had a silver flake in it. So you could add that over your vehicle, so you keep the same color underneath, but then you just like add, you know, an extra touch to it without making things too crazy. And that would be great to do on a black car. So, you know, if you get scratches, dings, or anything, well, it won't prevent if someone like fully like dings your car, but scratches and all that, it will protect against that. And in my opinion, it would make the car look a whole lot better. Just because of the font on the mileage, it's easier to see the mileage on the Raptor. You can see I only have 130 miles on it so far, and every single mile I've absolutely loved. I mean, this has been a super fun truck to drive. I mean, just like on the road so far, obviously I haven't taken it off road yet, but on the road it has been so fun to drive. So I'm gonna attempt to like film a little bit while I'm driving, or maybe I should just get my GoPro. We're just gonna get my GoPro, and then I'm gonna talk about, you know, the truck driving and all that kind of stuff. So just give me a second, and then we'll have the GoPro on. I'm still trying to figure out if this is like my GoPro beauty angle or if this just doesn't look good at all, but let's set off so we can start talking about it. Oh, and I guess I should have mentioned, and I'll kind of give you guys like a clip of it later, but this shifter, I love the feel of the carbon fiber shifter. It just has like this nice, like substantial feel to it every single time I touch it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. So actually, like setting off and driving around, you know, just like all the around town driving that I've done, the Raptor is so much more comfortable than I had originally thought. Ride quality wise, it does great. The truck actually corners really well, so you know, I've taken some corners pretty quickly with the truck. And no, it's not like a sports car or anything like that, but it, like, everyone calls this a sports truck, and they are 100% correct for calling it a sports truck. I mean, it's just like right where you put it. And I mean, unlike any other truck, I mean, it's got a little bit of body roll, but it's actually really good. Like, it's solid in terms of like, you know, things on like a body roll aspect. The other thing that I actually really like, and a lot of people don't like this, is I love the fact that the Raptor has auto stop start. So I personally do a ton of, you know, city driving and all that kind of stuff. And so far, you know, just the few miles that I've driven it, it's helped out a ton on, you know, fuel economy, with helping me get a little bit better fuel economy. Now, I will release fuel economy numbers once I get more driving, once I get the engine broken, and so I can give you guys real fuel economy numbers rather than, you know, the little bit of driving that I've done, because I feel like it's not 100% accurate yet. Now we're at this stoplight, and we've got to get into sport mode. We've got it in manual mode, and full send. It's so fast. Like, it's hard to like explain it like without driving it. It is so fast for a truck. I actually drove one of my coworkers, which I shouted out his channel earlier in the video, DJ. I drove him in the Raptor last night, and he's always telling me, he's like, oh, I used to work at Ford and Raptors aren't that fast. And he gets into, he's like, oh, this is fast. Like, it actually is super fast for a truck. Like, it's so much fun. Like, I thought that even getting the Raptor, I'd still have this craving to buy a sports car, but for the most part, it's actually like gotten rid of that craving. Like, I don't get every little thing that I get from a sports car, but it's pretty dang close. It's so much fun, especially with these giant paddles, the magnesium paddles. I mean, they just make the experience. Now, the other thing that I was worried about was, you know, parking this and turning radius and all that kind of stuff, because it's such a wide truck. But I recently found out that the Raptor is only like 4 inches wider than a new Ram Rebel, which is what I traded this in for. And it actually does really well with handling and parking. Yeah, there are some spaces that I still kind of go like really, especially at my driveway, I go really slow because I'm worried, but it's not as wide as it looks. Like, it looks really wide, which makes it look so cool. But how it drives, I mean, I already feel like I'm really used to it. I'm taking it easy and taking it careful, right, until I wrap the truck. I don't want to scratch the paint or anything like that. Again, kind of. But anyways, like, I don't want to scratch the paint. I don't want to run the truck, so I'm taking it super slow, super careful until I get the wrap on. And yeah, but I mean, from like a handling and driving perspective, it actually drives pretty small. Like, I was expecting it to have this like huge wide feel, and it really doesn't. So now we're gonna take a corner here, and like in my Rebel, I would have taken this corner at like 20 miles an hour, whereas in the Raptor, I can go like 30, 40 miles an hour. I feel like I just feel so much more confident and comfortable in the truck. And I've got the steering in sport mode, so the steering has this nice weighted feeling to it, and it just, I mean, it changes direction so well for a truck. I mean, it's just like as soon as I put a little bit of input, it goes. Trucks don't do that. It's crazy. Now, the one thing that I was worried about with the Raptor was I was worried about actually the tire noise, because this has 35s on it from the factory, and you actually don't get a whole lot. There is a little bit of wind noise that comes in the cabin. That's expected with most vehicles, but in terms of tire noise, it's not bad at all. Like, it's got these nice aggressive off-road tires, and it's just, I mean, it's super solid. Like, it is not bad at all in terms of the tire noise. Like, I'm very, very impressed. Okay, we're coming up to a stop here, so we gotta shift down the gears quickly. And wait for it. Wait for it. Ooh, yeah, those downshifts actually sound really good. And it still has a stock exhaust system. It's so cool. Now we're gonna wait. Full send it now. It's so much fun. And it shifts so quickly. Like, I was not expecting that out of the Raptor. Like, I knew that it would shift quickly, and I mean, the Ram 1500 has that 8-speed automatic, but they have that kind of like tuned for like a luxury setting. And when you have the Raptor in normal mode, by the way, it shifts like identically to the Ram. But when you put it in the sport mode, it makes the shift so much crisper, and it just goes. Like, it's just like as soon as I press the paddle, it's already shifted. I really wasn't expecting that out of an automatic transmission. It's so much fun. I love it. Now, I guess another point that I just want to make is just the looks of the Raptor overall. I've only had it for a couple days, and I've gotten so many compliments on it, just how cool this spec looks with the black and the blue interior. I mean, you wouldn't think that people would be okay with blue seats, but I mean, people have absolutely loved the spec that this truck has. And I mean, I obviously love it as well, but it's just crazy that, I mean, they've done such a good job with all the carbon fiber and the blue stitching, the blue accenting, everything. It just looks fantastic. And on the outside, this is like if Batman drove a truck, this is like the truck that he would drive. I mean, probably in matte black, actually. If you made this like matte black, then yeah, that would be like the truck that Batman would drive pretty much. And there's this another random touch that I forgot to mention, but on the steering wheel, so there's this parts on the steering wheel that I'll kind of like show you guys. It like glistens in the sunlight. It's like the same gray metallic that's on the outside, on the fender flares and on the front bumpers and all that. It's that same metallic gray, but they have it on the steering wheel. Like, they brought it into the interior, which I think is a really cool touch. Like, that's a really cool, neat touch that not a lot of manufacturers do that. And so it's cool that Ford has done with the Raptor. It's these little things that I didn't notice when I was reviewing the trucks. I mean, I've reviewed so many Raptors now, and now, like, actually owning one since I'm in it for so much more time, I notice all these little details. I guess what I'm trying to say is, so far I'm super impressed by this truck. If you have the means, I would recommend getting a Raptor. I am going to have a ton more content with this truck, like I said. What I think I'm going to do next is I'm going to spend a little bit more time with the truck, because over the next week I've got to get the truck wrapped and everything. I'm going to obviously unveil the wrap, but also I'm going to make some content on, the 5 things that I love about the truck after I spent more time with it, driving it and all that stuff. And then I'm going to talk about the 5 things that I hate about the truck, just so that you guys, if you are thinking about buying something like this, you have the most information on it and you can make the right purchasing decision. That is pretty much going to sum things up for today's video. I really appreciate all of you for watching, and again, I want you guys to let me know what content you want to see on the Raptor, what stuff you want me to cover, all that kind of stuff, so that I can kind of best capture the ownership experience of this truck. And sad that the lights went off, because they look so cool when they're on. And hopefully we don't get any more damage on the Raptor. I mean, that's sad that within 24 hours, well, less than that pretty much, already having something happen to it. But as always, if you are stopping for the first time, I would really appreciate if you'd subscribe, comment down below what you think, and then I will see all of you in that next video. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, that thing looks